So you guys asked for any more news. Well, actually, we do, my friends. Let's see here. So things are starting to ramp up. If you guys don't know, and by the way, I'm at my parents' house. So if anybody's wondering like why it looks like this, because I'm in my parents' house. So sorry for the audio not being the best and obviously video not being the best. I got this laptop for this purpose, and it is really loud right now. Gaming laptop. So hopefully it's getting enough air. Wait, hold on. Hopefully it can cool down soon. I don't know. I don't know how gaming laptops work. But here is some news. So the trade rumors around De'Aaron Fox is definitely heating up. And their last game, 76ers got their butts whooped. Not 76, I'm sorry. The Kings, Sacramento Kings, got their butts whooped by about 30. So everyone's talking about it. Everyone's like, when is he going to leave? Obviously, we kind of briefly talked about how he went on the Draymond Green podcast and said that some things really need to change. And when guys usually say that about their franchises, that's a good indication that they're about to go, right? Like usually a player doesn't say we need to go in the direction of winning right now, and then that same franchise is able to go into the direction of winning right now. Usually doesn't happen. Um, so Fox definitely is going to weigh out his options, but most importantly, it's a matter of who can supply the best stuff for the Kings, and I think the Spurs can. And also, another thing to bring up as well is there's quite a few players around the NBA right now that names are being tossed out there. So you can see here they mentioned Jimmy Butler, saying that the rumors have targeted De'Aaron Fox, and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of guys that might be on the market right now, or you can be able to trade for, but they're a little bit older and on the older side. And I know that the Spurs in particular are not going to be one to go after them. But right now, it seems like there's multiple teams, in the mix of this. And it says right here, because they're expected to be busy before February 6th trade deadline, but it remains to be seen on whether they will be buyers or sellers. One player who could be on the move if they become sellers is their all-star point guard, Fox, talking about the Kings. And right now, we know that the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs are currently monitoring the whole situation. But what was also mentioned was the Brooklyn Nets and the Toronto Raptors as, being, in the mix as well. And this is kind of what I talked about right here. This is about Fox. He also commented on his future last week with Draymond Green's podcast, where he mentioned that he would love to stay in Sacramento for the rest of his career, but he also wants to win. This seems like, look, insert team here, insert city here. This seems like a continuous theme with players. They will say that, and I think he's out. I don't think that he stays. So there's lots of the rumor mill is heating up. We've been seeing a lot of articles come out in the last few days. So not only back when we talked about it, but now it's really starting to ramp up. So hopefully something can happen. I am completely on board with going after Fox, mind you. While I do believe in Castle as far as being our future point guard or whatever, I don't necessarily think that just because Castle could be our potential point guard, that means that we shouldn't try to make the team better, right? Fox undoubtedly makes us better. One thing I brought up before is that Castle struggled with not many players this league or in the NBA this season, but the one player he did struggle against was De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox on I think 17 minutes, an average of 17 minutes guarding him. De'Aaron Fox averaged like 61% from the field. Insane. Everyone else he did a pretty good job on, but Fox was one he just could not keep up with. Would you prefer Fox over Trey? Honestly, probably. Yeah. I don't know if Fox will be as expensive as Trey is, but I would prefer Fox also because I feel like the Spurs kind of want that type of player, right? They want that super athletic uh, combo-ish guard. I know Blake Wesley is one guy that I think about a lot. Where not to say I'm giving up on him or anything, but I will say it seems like Mitch Johnson might have. Like he's not getting any playing time really. Um, And they got him for a reason. Super competitive, high motor, and I think Fox definitely fits the personality of this team. So if I had to choose one, I'm definitely going with Fox. That's not me saying that Fox is just overall a better player than Trey, because I think Trey is a better point guard than Fox. But everything that Fox can bring, his size, his speed, even quite a bit of strength, um, I think it's totally fine. I think it's perfect. Plan, I agree. But you know who we're gonna have to give up, right? You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You better not say for sale. See, that's where I get selfish. That's where I get selfish. That's where I couldn't pull the trigger. That's why I'm not in the front office, okay? Because they would say, give up for sale, and I'll say never. And then I'll just lose the deal. You know it? Maybe. I don't know if that's worth it. You guys can let me know what you think. I guess it depends on what other things you gotta bring to the table at that point. I wouldn't do it for sale, really. Yeah, I don't know. If I did it for sale, it would have to be like for sale in one pick. Maybe, I don't know. I would want to keep that for sale. I think the Spurs are going to try their best to hold on to Devin. Sohan isn't going anywhere. I really do believe that. But I think they're going to try to hold on to Devin, Sohan, Castle. Um, Wimby is quite untouchable. Fox and DeRozan for sale. Why would we want DeRozan? DeRozan doesn't fit at all. We'll be getting DeRozan back just to feel good about ourselves. Like, look, well, at least we got DeRozan too for sale. Like, we don't actually need DeRozan. Wimby is the only untouchable. Wimby is 100% untouchable, and I truly do think that Devin Vassell is like 90%, or not 90%. I'll say like, I know it's gonna sound arbitrary, these numbers. I would say 80 to 85%. And I feel like Sohan, and obviously you guys gonna say I'm biased, but I do think Sohan is like 95% untouchable. I don't think the Spurs are gonna be looking to move him at all because of his position, because of what he brings. No, I agree. Okay, dude, Sohan is awful. I the Bears, I can't keep arguing about this, man. I can't keep doing it, bro. I don't know what else you want me to show you. Like, you want statistics? I've done that before. Do you want me to compare him to other players in the league? Do you want me to compare him to other players at the same age he was and where they were at in their careers? I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. We looked at his defensive stats. We looked at his analytics. He's a very important player. He gets some of the hardest, toughest matchups in the NBA, and he does a pretty good job at it. I don't know what to tell you. Do we need just testimonies from his teammates? I mean, we could do that. Wimby talks about how important he is. Coaching staff talks about how important he is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If you still think he's awful and you've been on this channel for a while, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm failing. I'm failing my job as a Sohan believer. Sohan has improved and is more valuable than Vassell, in my opinion. Yeah. No, Sohan's more valuable than. So that's no like knock on Vassell. Sohan's are pretty hard to find. Those types of players, they're not super easy to get. Not say Vassell is an easy player to get either, but that's why I say 85% Vassell is untouchable, and I'll say 90 to 95. Not Wimby. Sohan's untouchable. I really think the Spurs would like not trade him. I think they're gonna really try to hold on to Sohan. I do not see them trading him. I have the vibe that they've communicated with him that he's part of the future. Like, I don't see them trying to trade him. Every player of Jeremy's build isn't appreciated. You said Draymond, Dylan Brooks, Marcus Smart, chippy guys who defend well and are hyper competitive. And what's even more special about Jeremy is, like, personality wise, he's in the category of those guys you just mentioned. But I think he has way better offense. Eventually, he'll have a way better offense than Draymond. I think he's more of a scoring threat than Draymond was at this age. And then Dylan Brooks and Marcus Smart, he has size over them. So I think he end up being better than all those guys, to be honest with you. So um, Draymond is questionable. Draymond is questionable. Maybe he won't be. Maybe he won't be as great as Draymond. Draymond is he at his peak. Defensively, Draymond at his peak was crazy. Maybe not, but I think he can. Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere, guys. But yeah, anyways, just wanted to relay that info to you. De'Aaron Fox is on the seems like he's on the move, and things are heating up. If you look around the NBA and the news cycles, it seems like looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right, and in segment.